Hi guys, welcome to another Barb Stamps video. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to make a super cute card using a masking technique that is called reverse masking. But first, I wanted to talk to you a little bit about my upcoming spring virtual retreat. The retreat is going to be a virtual event held on Saturday, March 27th, but we have so much amazing content for you that it is going to spill out a little bit. So Thursday, we're going to post a card challenge. Friday, we're going to have bingo and mystery stamping, and then Saturday we're going to have 3 live demonstrations, prize patrol giveaways every hour, just a ton of fun. I would love to have you register for the event with me. The link is in the description of this video. You can register for the $129 swag box, which will give you $100 in Stampin' Up! Merchandise, plus all the cardstock pieces to create 12 make and take projects. If you happen to be a global follower of mine, you can sign up for the registration for the virtual event for only $60. And again, those links are in the description of this video. So for the card, I'm going to use the super cute Springtime Joy stamp set that is in the 2021 January to June mini catalog. It's a great one for spring and Easter, and we're going to make a welcome spring card. So to do the reverse masking technique, I needed to have something to make a hole in my piece of copy paper. You could use a square or an oval or some kind of fancy label. I just chose to use a circle. This is what I call my number 6 circle. I have them numbered, meaning the smallest is number 1, and they go out to number 8. So this is number 6, and I have cut that out of a piece of copy paper that's about 5 by 5. So I'm going to take that piece of copy paper, and I'm going to add a tiny bit of adhesive around the opening here, basically on 4 sides. There we go. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of get the sticky to be a little bit unsticky before I actually use it, because I don't want it to tear my paper when I take it off. So if I use my fingers to get a little bit of that sticky off, then it just works a little bit better. So I'm going to place it over the top of my 3 by 3 piece of basic white cardstock. And of course you can use any size you like. And I can sort of see through my piece of copy paper, so I can get this lined up hopefully in the center. So then I'll just press that adhesive into place. So now I'm going to add some color inside my circle. I have another piece of paper here to dab off my brush. So I have one of our blending brushes, and this one's kind of my purple, so I'm going to be using it with some Highland Heather ink. And what I like to do is I like to rub it into my ink pad, and then I like to kind of take a little bit of that ink off and then start outside or off of my paper, and then just kind of rub that with the brush with the very dense bristles into my cardstock. So my goal here is to have the top kind of left area a little bit darker than the rest. So I need to get a little more ink. Again, rub some of it off. And then come in here and get that. And then we're going to come down just very slightly at the bottom here, but not with much. I'm going to rub some of that off so that I can do a little more blending here. Okay, I think that looks pretty good. So before I actually remove my mask, I am going to stamp my cute little bunny rabbit friend in some Memento ink. Get him out of there, and I also need my Welcome Spring stamp. All right, so we're going to ink up this cute little bunny. And I could use the lamb, but I just wanted to use the bunny. And so I'm just going to stamp him inside the circle, but also outside the circle. So part of him is in, part of him is out, just like that. All right, so now I can go ahead and remove the mask. Gently peel that up so that you don't tear your paper. There we go. And there's what we have. Isn't that adorable? Now I'm going to take my sentiment here, and I'm going to stamp that outside the circle and inside the circle. There we go. Now I thought it would be kind of cute if I did color in my little bunny rabbit a little bit here. So I'm going to use some of my Stampin' Blends markers, and I'm going to add a little bit of color to the flowers around the head. And then also the dark. So these are the Highland Heather blends. There we go. And then I also have a light Just Jade, and I'm going to color in these tiny little leaves. There we go. And then that part is done. So that is the reverse masking technique. Super cool, very simple. Now I'm going to finish assembling the card. So I'll put that aside. And then I have some other pieces. So that piece of white is 3 by 3. So then my piece of Gorgeous Grape is about a 3 1/4 by 3 1/4. I also have a 4 by 5 1/4 inch piece of Purple Posy, a Purple Posy card base that is 8 1/2 by 5 1/2. And then I have an inside layer that's 4 by 5 1/4. So this piece here, I'm going to cut it. So I'm going to cut it at 1 1/4 inches. All right, and then I'm going to run this through one of our embossing folders with our Baby Boss, our mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. All right, so I'm going to be using one of the folders out of the greenery set of embossing folders. We have 2 different ones here. We have the one that has a lot of leaves, and then we have the one that has leaves in the corners. So we're going to open up our Baby Boss here, and then the Baby Boss does come with all the plates that you need. And so we're going to be using plate number 1 and plate number 4, because it says insert embossing folders hinge first, use, and plate number 3. This one tells me that I'm going to insert my folder hinge first and that I'm supposed to use it with a standard embossing folder. We also have our thick embossing folders, but none that will fit in the Baby Boss at this moment. So I need a number 3 plate and a number 1. So I have both of those here. So we're going to start with number 1 down. And then I'm going to take my pieces here and I'm going to put them in with my Stampin' Up! Logo facing up. I'm going to put this into the folder right at the edge of the card, or of the folder and the cardstock. So then when I put the layers together, I'm going to leave some space. So my folder does not go to the top of the plate, and this plate doesn't either. So that way there's a little bit of room that my machine can grab onto, and that'll just help it go through a little bit easier. Okay. And then when we get that out, we have this fun pattern. Now the other strip, I'm going to do the exact same thing. The folder's in the same position. I'm lining it up at the bottom once again. And I am going to run it through. So again, I'm going to leave some space at the top so that my folders, or that my plates, the machine can grab my plates. That's what I'm trying to say. Boy, this is wiggly and I apologize. All right, so here's my piece of cardstock. So then let me get this out of the way. So then for my piece of cardstock, so they were both run in the same position, but I'm going to flip them. So I'm going to do this, and I'm going to use some Scotch tape to put them together. All right, here's my tape. So I'm going to butt these pieces together. And then I'm just going to tape them. There we go. So they're going to look like this. So obviously I have a line there and that needs to be covered up. Not a problem. I've got my gorgeous, what is this even called? This is called the tricolor ribbon. And so we are just going to take a piece. We're just going to cut it so that it's the length of the card or the card layer. And then I am going to use some Scotch tape again. And I'm going to put this right at the edge of the line where I cut it. And then I'm going to wrap the ends of the ribbon to the back of the card layer. There we go. All right. So this piece here, I am going to add to my layer of Gorgeous Grape. Oops. I just refilled my seal here, so it needs to get going. Okay, so we'll center that as best we can. Got a little glue booger here. Pull that out. There we go. And then I'm going to add it to the card about like that. But I'm going to use some dimensionals. I just cannot get over how darn cute this card is, you guys. I just love this. The stamp set is adorable. And using that reverse masking technique is perfect with these little critters. think it would look really cute with the snails. The zany zebras would be really cute. So I'm going to put this on the card so that it is a little bit farther right. There we go. I wanted to break into this video to show you how to use the bow maker that I am offering for free if you purchase $100 in my online store between March 1st and March 15th. This is the jumbo bow maker. It's about 4.5 inches wide, about 2.5, 3 inches tall. It's got all these tines, and then it's got a loop in the center, or a little hole in the center, along with these little grooves on the side. So I want to show you how to do it, making a bow with that same ribbon. So what I like to do, oh, here's a chunk off mine. Is this long enough? Well, we'll just find out. So you would start by putting your ribbon into the slot there. And then I'm going to do a 2-tine ribbon. So I'm going to go 2 tines on either side of center. Okay. So this is all I've done. I've just made a crisscross here. So then all I have to do is just push that end through the hole, bring it up between the 2 tines, or between the set of tines. I used 2, so I'm bringing it up in the middle, and I'm just tying it like you would do the first stage of tying your shoe. All right, that is literally it. Then you just slide it off the bow maker and you have your perfect bow. And then all you have to do is trim the ends and add some glue dots to the back, and you're ready to put it on your project. So then I'm going to bring in some glue dots, and I'll just add some, whoops, thing isn't wanting to roll very good. I'm going to add 2 glue dots, I think, just because this knot is a little bit larger than some of our ribbons. It's a little thicker. And then I'm going to add this right down. Oh, you know what I need to do? I need to move this. Hold on. I need to move it up a little bit. It's a little bit too low. And if you're careful, sometimes you can pick your pieces of cardstock off with the dimensionals before they actually get a chance to set. I want to move it up a little bit because I want my bow to not be right at the very bottom. So I'm going to set that right there so it appears like, you know, that it's rolling with our other ribbon strip that we have on there. Cut this off. There we go. And then we'll add it to the card base. So I'm going to add my adhesive up onto the card base. And then we'll just add the layer. Okay. Super cute this is. Yeah. And this technique is really fun. I actually did it for my online technique club for the month of February. And they just loved it too. So, all right. So here we have our inside layer. All right. And I've got a sentiment and a cute little butterfly that's in the stamp set. So we'll go ahead and ink up the sentiment, and we'll just set that right about here on the inside. And then this cute little butterfly that comes in the set. We will add a couple of butterflies around the sentiment. And then we'll do a little bit of coloring on them with the light Highland Heather blend. I'm going to purposely try not to get those little circles that are in the wing. Well, we mastered it on one. Let's see if we can get another one. All right, there we go. And then we'll bring in the dark and get the body. And then maybe we'll get the little dots here. Just a little bit. Okay. So then we can add this to the inside. Again, I'll just run my adhesive. What is the deal with this darn thing? It's giving me fits right now. There we go. And we'll center this inside the card. And when I say center, I mean I use 3 sides to line it up. I do the bottom, the top, and the outside. Because if it's not exactly level on the inside there or equal, you're not going to be able to tell. What do I have? Oh, I have ink on my finger. Yikes, hold on. All right, so there's the inside. Here is the outside. Oh my gosh, that's so cute. And I thought maybe we have these cute little purple posy little dots, the playing with patterns resin dots, and they are purple posy, so I thought, well, maybe we could add a couple of these or a few of these around our little friend here, maybe. Is that crooked? It might be. Well, I can fix that later. So I thought maybe we could put a couple up here. I don't know. And then maybe a medium-sized one. Maybe over here. No, that's not working for me. How about like this? Get those kind of off the side. I think that'll work. All right, so there you have it. A fun, super cute reverse masking card. I do have another card that's the same technique but done in a different way, and I will link that up here so you can watch that if you so desire. So thank you so much for watching. Give the video a thumbs up, subscribe in the corner, and then place your orders with me at shoppingwithbarb.com. Have a great day.